Drop number 61.
So this is the PITAKA Summa case, and I almost returned it. After my own iPhone 17 Pro Max got damaged in one of Apple's clear cases, I've been a lot more skeptical of thin minimalist cases that still claim drop protection. And at first, the Summa didn't look rugged enough to pass that test. But then I saw PITAKA's product page says this case has military-grade protection. In practical terms, that usually means a case should survive at least 26 drops in a controlled test setup, often onto plywood backed by concrete. So I kept it. And it might be one of the nicest looking iPhone 17 Pro Max cases I've tested so far. Now I know we're late into the iPhone 17 cycle, but with the iPhone 18 Pro Max only a few months away, and rumors that Apple may stick with a similar aluminum design, this review may still be useful if you're planning to upgrade. So today, I want to answer two questions. Can the PITAKA Summa case actually protect my iPhone 17 Pro Max? And after dozens of drop tests, will it still look this good? Let's take a closer look at the materials, fit, and finish. Starting with the back, PITAKA says the Summa case uses woven aramid fiber, which is the material the brand is best known for. That's what gives the case its signature woven look. But this case also has something PITAKA calls orca resin. According to PITAKA, this resin is fused with the aramid fiber to increase strength and improve impact resistance. And when you combine that harder back material with the softer TPU frame, the idea is that you get both structure and shock absorption. Out of PITAKA's 3 iPhone 17 Pro Max cases, this is the only one that uses that orca resin material. And on this sunset color, the design has a really nice color shift. It moves from this warmer sunset tone into a darker moonrise color, depending on how the light hits it. It's definitely not the usual black rubber rugged case look. I really like how different it looks, and I also like how it feels in the hand. The aramid fiber back gives your fingers a little bit of grip when they're resting on that part of the case, but I did notice it picks up oils and fingerprints pretty easily. The MagSafe connection on the back also feels nice and strong. Compared to the PITAKA Karn case, the Summa has a much smoother and cleaner shape. The Karn case has those raised corners on the back and more rugged looking edges. But on the Summa, the aramid fiber weave wraps all the way around the sides of the phone. Because of that, this case feels extremely comfortable to hold. There aren't any sharp edges or chunky corners digging into your hand. But that comfort also made me wonder the same thing I always wonder with slimmer minimalist cases. Is there actually enough protection here to protect my iPhone 17 Pro Max? Moving to the sides, there's no special grip pattern. Everything feels pretty smooth. But even without a texture, the sides still feel grippy enough for daily use. I was never really worried about the phone slipping out of my hand. Inside the case, PITAKA appears to be using the same plush Nappa leather interior that I saw on the Karn case. Now this is different from a standard microfiber lining. Nappa leather is generally known for having a smoother and more even surface. And here, the inside of the case does feel soft and clean against the phone. So from a daily use perspective, I like that the interior doesn't feel rough. But just like with the Karn case, I don't see PITAKA listing separate TPE pads or TPE reinforcements on the inner corners. Another big difference is the front screen lip. On the PITAKA Karn case, the front lip is about 1.5 millimeters high, but on the Summa case, it's closer to 1 millimeter. That means the Summa's front screen lip is roughly 33% shorter than the Karn's, and you could definitely feel that difference in daily use. The Summa feels smoother when swiping from the edges of the screen, and it makes the case feel a lot less bulky. But from a protection standpoint, it also raises my skepticism a little bit more. Now before I start dropping the phone, I always check one basic thing first. Is the raised case bezel tall enough to protect the screen? Because the case can have premium materials, nice buttons, and a great looking design, but if the screen is the first thing hitting the floor, that's a problem. So I use a simple white paper marker test. I mark the screen of the iPhone, then let it fall face first onto a sheet of white paper. If there's marker transfer, that means the screen is making contact with the surface. I also drag the phone across the paper to see if the screen touches during sliding contact. It's not a perfect lab test, but it gives me a quick way to see whether the case lip is actually keeping the screen raised. Unfortunately, the PITAKA Summa case failed both of these white paper tests. That means there's a chance the screen could touch the ground if it falls face first. And that makes the drop test a lot more interesting, but also concerning. Because on paper, this case claims military-grade protection, but in this simple screen clearance test, the Summa is already showing one possible weakness. With that out of the way, let's take a look at the raw drop footage. And again, this is my personal iPhone 17 Pro Max we're using here. So really quick, this is my iPhone 17 Pro Max before the next drop test. You can see here that there's no obvious damage. This is the next case. It's never been dropped. Pretty much brand new, pristine condition. Alright, let's get into the drop test.
Drop number 1.
By the way, if you like seeing these real-world drop tests and want to support the channel, make sure to like the video and subscribe. Also, let me know down in the comments what case you'd like to see me review next. Just a quick preview after that initial 30 drops. No breaks on the screen. No breaks on the camera. You see your phone is still working. Let's look at the case quality so far. 30 drops. I don't see any scuffs, wear or tear. This case looks like it's never been dropped. Let's move on to the rest of the case test.
Okay, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60.
Drop number 61.
Alright guys, so that's 60 total drops from different heights. Let me just show you guys that the screen's still working. That's the priority. I have to type in my password, but you can see here, screen works. Different camera lenses. Those work. Let me show you if there's any breaks in the lens, which there are none. Let's quickly look at the exterior of the case. Normally when you drop cases this many times, you'll start to see some wear or tear on the corners of the cases or the edges. But you can see on the video, I tested from many different heights, just like I do in all my videos. I don't see any signs of wear on this case at all. It looks brand new. Let's look at the phone. So again, priority is the screen. There's no new cracks or anything on the screen. Let's look at the edges. I don't see any new dents. Closer look at the camera area. There's a little black spot right there. I'll take a closer look later. Back of the phone, bottom, top. So that's the PITAKA Summa case after 60 drops. Now that we know whether the PITAKA Summa case can actually protect the iPhone 17 Pro Max or not, let's talk about the parts of the case you actually interact with every single day. Now, drop protection is important, but if the buttons feel bad, the ports are annoying, or the gestures get in the way, that's the stuff you notice long after the drop test is over. Luckily, the PITAKA Summa case gets everything right here. The buttons are easy to press, they have a nice audible click, and they're removable. The only thing I don't fully understand is why the buttons are removable when I don't currently see replacement button packs or alternate color options listed on PITAKA's website. So maybe that's something PITAKA adds later. But right now, the removable button design feels more interesting than useful. The ports on the bottom are uncovered, so my charging cables fit fine. Speaker quality and mic quality also worked without any issues. Swipe gestures are really good on this case too, and that's because the front screen lip is low all the way around. That does mean you may give up some raised edge protection compared to taller rugged cases, but the upside is that using the phone feels a lot smoother. Swiping from the top, bottom, and sides feel natural, so this is one of the better daily use trade-offs with the Summa. It may not look like the most protective design, but it does make the phone feel really nice to use every day. So after all those drops, I think the PITAKA Summa case is one of the most interesting cases I've tested so far, because it doesn't look like a typical rugged case. It doesn't have the huge raised edges, it doesn't have a super tall front lip, and it doesn't have that bulky rubberized design you usually expect from a case claiming military-grade protection. But despite all that, it still managed to protect my iPhone 17 Pro Max through 61 total drops. And honestly, what surprised me even more was how good the case still looks afterwards. I don't see any major signs of wear, cracking, or damage on the case itself. At its current price of $60, the Summa falls into that lower premium case category. But after this test, I think the price makes sense. You're getting a case that feels much slimmer and more premium than traditional rugged cases, but based on my drop test, it still delivered the kind of basic protection I'd expect from something claiming military-grade protection. The one thing I'd be cautious about is the front screen clearance. Because this case did fail my white paper marker test, I definitely paired this with a good screen protector. But overall, I went into this review with a lot of hesitation, and the PITAKA Summa case actually helped restore some of my confidence in minimalist cases. It looks premium, it feels great in the hand, and somehow it still protected my iPhone 17 Pro Max after 61 drops. If I had to make a top 5 list right now, this case would definitely be on it. Now, if you want to see a case that I tested on more than just manufactured hardwood floors, including wood, concrete, and asphalt, check out my dbrand 10 case video right here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.